Hi students, today the next lecture we are going to start is a lot of details from a lot of literatures, and that is why this is known as crash course. This will give you an edge upon your studies, whether you have studied a lot from so many places, but these classes would be very effective for you students, because this has been my experience of 24 years of teaching. So it will be a wonderful session. Just stay tuned with me. The first question which I want to tell you is that Graham Greene का आपने नाम सुना होगा. Graham Greene. Who is Graham Greene? He is considered as one of the best postmodern writer. Postmodern writer. And his most famous work is The Power and the Glory. The Power and the Glory. Then Brighton Rock. Brighton Rock. Now, if I talk about The Power and the Glory, it is a story of a priest, and यहाँ पे मैं लिख भी सकता हूँ, it is a story of a priest. And Brighton Rock, ये क्या है? It is a murder thriller. Fine. Now, एक और बहुत सारे क्वेश्चन आता है नेट में और एग्जाम्स में कि do you know that Graham Greene has written Our Man in Havana? Have you heard the name, students? It is a collection of short stories. You have to know about this thing. Short stories, SS. It is a collection of short stories, and apart from that, it is a satire on contemporary spy novels. लिख सकते हैं आप. It is a satire on contemporary, short में लिख देता हूं, spy novels. Fine. ग्रैहम ग्रीन ने एक और शॉर्ट स्टोरी कलेक्शन लिखा है. He has written another short story collection which is also equally important for you to know is Shades of Green. Shades of Green is also a short story collection. यहां पे लिख देता हूं मैं short story. Now see, in such a small, few minutes, you have known such important things, and that too in a story wise, and that has gone into your mind forever. अब आप कभी इसको भूलेंगे नहीं. So this is the use and the projection of a crash course. Now, second thing which I want to tell you is, ये पहला हो गया ग्रैहम ग्रीन के बारे में. Second is about Charles Percy Snow. Charles Percy Snow. He is also known as Lord Snow. LORD SNOW. पहली इंपॉर्टेंट चीज. Who is known as Lord Snow? You can tell Charles Percy Snow. The other name of Charles Percy Snow, it is Lord Snow. And he is also best known for a series of novels. He is best known for a series of novels which is collectively known as, उस series of novel को collectively क्या कहते हैं? Strangers and Brothers. Strangers and Brothers. And for the two cultures लिख लीजिए. The two cultures. It is a 1959 lecture. 1959 में 1959 में एक लेक्चर दिया था स्नो ने, in which he has lamented the gulf. गल्फ मतलब होता है बीच का जो जगह है, खाई. The gulf between the scientists and the literary intellectuals. एक प्रकार एक तरफ हो गए साइंटिस्ट लोग और एक तरफ हो गए literary intellectuals. So in this lecture, which is known as the two cultures, he has lamented a huge gulf between the scientists and the literary intellectuals. Scientists and literary intellectuals. इनके बीच में gulf था. He has talked about the gap, the gulf between the scientists and the literary intellectuals, known as the two cultures. Now, apart from this, his first novel was Death Under Sail. Death Under Sail is the first novel written by Lord Snow. First novel. And जो कलेक्शन आपको मैंने बताया था, the group of novels collectively known as Strangers and Brothers, उसकी जो बेस्ट नोन नॉवेल है, it is known as The Masters. The Masters is the best considered novel in the collection Strangers and Brothers. Fine. Apart from all these details, I would also like to tell you one thing, that he is known for writing a biography of, he is known to write a biography of Antony Trollope. कल को आपसे कोई पूछे कि who wrote the biography of Antony Trollope, आप तुरंत बता सकते हैं चार्ल्स पर्सी स्नो और लॉर्ड स्नो. फाइन. सो ये हो गया दो ऑथर्स के बारे में मैंने आपको क्रैश कोर्स में समझाया. सेकेंड, now the third which I would tell you here is about George Wilson Russell. Have you heard the name, students? George Wilson Russell. George Wilson Russell. And he wrote under the pen name of A.E., who also is known for editing the magazine. The name of that magazine is The Irish Statesman. The Irish Statesman. And he was also a great painter who was very much interested or concerned about the Irish movement, who is also known for his important works like The Interpreters. and the divine vision. The next is Evelyn Waugh. आपने नाम सुना होगा, he's a very famous author. Evelyn Waugh, he was born in 1903 and died in 1966. Though it may not be asked, but because I have now, it came to my mind, so that I may also tell you that his full name is Arthur Evelyn. Arthur Evelyn St. John Waugh. St. John. This is the complete name of Evelyn Waugh, जिनको हम short में कहते हैं Evelyn Waugh. And this person, he is known for his novels. He is known for the novels, for the biographies, and even for the essays. He is known for a very famous early work which he wrote, and that was a satirical work which is known as Decline and Fall, which was written somewhere in 1928. Now, you have to also know about some of his best known works, which are Bride's Head Revisited. Bride's Head, ये इसका एक फेमस वर्क है. एक इसका और इससे भी ज्यादा फेमस वर्क है which is known as A Handful of Dust. A Handful of Dust. And his ट्रायलॉजी का मतलब होता है 3 नॉवेल्स के सेट को ट्रायलॉजी बोलते हैं स्टूडेंट्स. हिज ट्रायलॉजी ऑफ द सेकेंड वर्ल्ड वॉर नॉवेल्स इज कलेक्टिवली, ऑल द 3 नॉवेल्स कलेक्टिवली नोन एज स्वॉर्ड ऑफ ऑनर. स्वॉर्ड ऑफ ऑनर, ये है कलेक्टिवली or the trilogy. Fine. And you have also to know that the novels in this trilogy, trilogy का मतलब होता है 3. इसको हम sword of honor कहते हैं. इनके 3 नॉवेल्स का नाम क्या होगा? पहला, दूसरा, तीसरा, तभी तो ये ट्रायलॉजी होगी. फाइन. तो पहले का नाम आप लिख लीजिए Men at Arms. Men at Arms. दूसरा है स्टूडेंट्स ऑफिसर्स एंड जेंटलमैन. ऑफिसर्स एंड जेंटलमैन. और तीसरा है अनकंडीशनल सरेंडर. अनकंडीशनल सरेंडर. फाइन. सो ये इंपॉर्टेंट चीज है स्टूडेंट्स, इसको आप ध्यान से नोट कर लीजिएगा. Now, the next is Anthony Powell. Anthony Powell was an English novelist, best known for his 12-volume work for his 12 वॉल्यूम वर्क, और उसका नाम क्या है स्टूडेंट्स? डांस टू द म्यूजिक ऑफ टाइम. डांस टू द म्यूजिक of time. And the most important character in this work is Stringham. Who is a failure in life but evokes the style of Elizabethan courtier. And Anthony Powell was born in 1905. 1905 and died at a very later stage, somewhere around I think 2000, at a ripe age of 95. So this work is very important, students. Dance to the Music of Time, which is a 12 volume work. Now next I will teach you about Sir Angus Wilson. Angus Wilson. He was born as an English novelist, but he made himself known as an English novelist and also English novelist as well as short story writer, who is popular for his work The Middle Age of Mrs. Eliot. The Middle Age of Mrs. Eliot, and later on he received knighthood. Knighthood मतलब ये वाला. He received knighthood for his services in the field of literature, and he was born in South Africa. Fine. And if we talk about the works of Sir Angus Wilson, in his works Wilson reacted against the dominance of narrative technique of Henry James. And this work, The Middle Age of Mrs. Eliot, deals with the issues like responsibility, guilt, and even problems of loneliness, अकेलेपन के problems. Apart from this, The Middle Age of Mrs. Eliot, which is undoubtedly a big work by the pen of Sir Angus Wilson, he also wrote a novel known as No Laughing Matter. No Laughing Matter. And this novel reflects Virginia Woolf's influence. Virginia Woolf's influence. This work is influenced by Virginia Woolf. Fine. And yes, it is an autobiographical work of the author. एक ऑटोबायोग्राफिकल वर्क लिखा है सर एग्नेस विल्सन ने, जिसका नाम है हेमलॉक एंड आफ्टर. Hemlock and after. So these were the details about Sir Angus Wilson, which you must have noted it now. Now, A very recognized name, जैसे मैं नाम लूंगा आप समझ जाएंगे. No less than a celebrity and known for writing so many great works in the field of literature, a great novelist, a great essayist, who also won the Nobel Prize in 2001, no other than V.S. Naipaul. V.S. Naipaul, जिनका कि पूरा नाम है विद्याधर सूरज प्रसाद नायपॉल. विद्याधर सूरज प्रसाद नायपॉल. This is the original name. He was a novelist, he was an essayist who won the Nobel Prize in 2001, and he was born in Trinidad. He was born in Trinidad, from where his grandmother had immigrated from India. V.S. Naipaul dedicated his novel, जिसका नाम है हाउस ऑफ मिस्टर बिस्वास. हाउस ऑफ मिस्टर. B.S. Naipaul dedicated his novel, this one, which was written in 1961, dedicated to whom? To his wife, and the name of the wife is Patricia Ann Hale. Patricia Ann Hale. V.S. Naipaul also used to contribute a lot of stories to a magazine, a periodical which is famous and is known as Trinidad Guardian. He used to contribute to Trinidad Guardian. And what is this? This is a periodical. Some of his important novels which are to be known by all of you is A Bend in the River, A Bend in the River, An Area of Darkness,